Good evening and welcome to the October 17th meeting of the Board of Selectmen. If everybody would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening and welcome. We have a workshop at 7 o'clock following this meeting, a workshop with the Ossipee Lake Association preceding this meeting. So we have no public hearings this evening. Any announcements from any member of the board?
Nothing.
Okay. Just a reminder that absentee ballots are available at the town office, and they have to be turned in by 8 o'clock, November 7th, I believe. You can
Be Thursday before the election.
the request, right, is Thursday before the election. But I think the absentee ballot can be turned in
That's
The
correct.
day off.
Day of,
day of.
Yep.
close the poll.
Okay, any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Delete 9A.
Okay, 9A
Okay.
is deletion. Okay, yeah, this, we didn't do an interview. Appointment, Mr. Gilpatrick, our illustrious CEO, regarding the new zoning map.
I think you're gonna hit the light. I've been working with CAI. I think you can see that now. We're working with CAI. If anybody can, you have more? Oh, sorry. Basically what we're doing is, we had a vote here a short while ago to alter our zoning ordinance to make the shoreline zoning district within 250 feet of high water mark, or what we have for a shoreline zoning map currently. We're gonna make it its independent district, all on its own. So in doing so, when that moves forward, we have to adjust the town zoning map that we have on file. Doesn't look like we can kind of scroll it down too much. It's kind of difficult to see. Dave, can I have your pointer? Thank you. I think.
So what's DEP's current buffer? Is it
250 feet.
It is, really?
So we just turned that entire 250 feet into a shoreline exclusive zone. It's now become, Dave, if you can scroll down to the bottom, you can see this is still kind of a work in progress here. This section where it says that the legend shoreline zoning, this is a section that we've added. And you can see this is a shoreline zoning area in here somewhere. How do I push this thing? There we go. This area here, around the water body, the hatching that you can see over in this area, this is a big bog. Well, this is a cranberry bog. Here off of 202 and 4, where the wellhead protection district is.
Yeah.
This little buffer, this blue area that you can see around it, that's the entire shoreline zone. So when we made it shoreline zone as exclusive zone, we needed to add it to our zoning map per se. So we did that with CAI, and this is the result. This was all voted ahead of time. We're just kind of catching up at this point. This is a preliminary map. You can see this one change here that needs to be made. The shoreline zoning needs to come down underneath this zone, and the date obviously needs to be changed. Well, actually, it looks like it's today's date, but he didn't move this down. In the event that you folks would like to approve this new zoning map, we just need the board's approval here before we can post it to the website.
We already approved the
Correct.
change.
Already approved the change. This is just the map portion, the mapped portion. And that needs to be signed as well with a date reporting, and the DEP has approved the change to our shoreline zoning ordinance / zoning ordinance. They've approved that as well. This is just the last piece.
David, just zoom in on Ossipee Lake.
Right here.
All right, so that's 250 feet?
Yep, there's a 250 feet, you'll see the hatched area?
Yep,
That's a 250-foot area around the lake.
okay.
And then this area here is down by the lobster pounds and the loon pond and so
Yep,
forth.
yep.
All water bodies are regulated by shoreline zoning. So there's a 250-foot buffer. This was already in place as our shoreline zoning ordinance. We just incorporated this into part of our actual zoning map. It's,
Didn't it used to be 125?
excuse me?
Didn't it used to be 125 feet?
No, you're thinking of the buffer as 100 feet. The resource protected buffer. And Dave, if you want to zoom in again a little bit more on, actually, you're not going to be able to see that on here, I don't think. No, you're not. If you go onto our GIS, we also have a shoreline zoning layer on that. And when you look on that, you'll see the different buffers, like the 100-foot mark, there'll be a black line around here that represents 100 feet from the high water mark. That's called the resource protection buffer. Okay, and any high value wetlands or anything associated with 10 acres or greater, those all have that resource protection buffer around it. That's the trigger for that. So, as Dennis said in short, all we really needed to do was this is the last piece of our zoning change that we've already accomplished. We needed to produce a map and have it approved by the board. So, this, in the event that you guys want to vote for this tonight, we'll have the map ready for you to sign.
It looks like that zone, shoreline zone needs to be moved down, and that map needs to be changed a little bit, and there's no sense for us to sign this tonight
Correct.
until this is all changed.
Correct.
So, I mean, we can vote to approve this
Exactly.
to be signed
At the next meeting.
with the
Exactly, thank you.
changes done.
Oh, she's got it right there.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the one that's changed or if that was my original. Yeah, I think that's my original. We've been dealing with Sebago Technics to do some of our mapping payments and so forth, just to try to keep it a little bit more regular, and they gave us a little bit more reasonable of a quote to do some of the spatial realignment and stuff like you'll see on our GIS where things are way off. We're trying to bring it all back into perspective, small bites at a time, instead of the $300,000 whack that CAI presented to us a year or so ago.
So that's not enough?
No, but these are all the things that are running in the background at the same time. So
Yeah.
these map changes, they give us 2 or 3 different versions, and then I'm like, nope, not that one, let's look at this one. And wait till I have a much better version before I show it.
Yeah. And this one goes for any body of water in the town of Waterboro?
Yep, and it even goes for resource protection districts, streamline protection districts. Dave, can you scroll down on this photo, please? You'll see this cross-hatched area here that's right in here. This is associated with a 10-acre wetland or a small pond. That hatch line, that's also shoreline zoned within that 250 or within 500 feet of the outlet of that pond, outlet or inlet. So you'll see, as you'll get looking through all these, you'll see some kind of random hatched areas like this in this brook right here. This section is portions of that are resource protected depending on if it's a confluence of one stream or another as they run together. Based on,
That part of Shaker Pond,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep, exactly. And then off Ossipee Hill Road over here, we've got another big section of resource protection area. It's in the stream protection area. It's in there, I think. Kind of hard to say. Probably have to put my glasses down, that'll help. We go right here. By Dana Brown's property, wherever that is. Oop. Can you zoom in just a little bit, Dave? Try to just find an example of a stream. Next time we go into this, I'll bring my tablet and be able to, hopefully we can project it up there and then I get a little bit,
Yep.
kind of move around. And you'll notice there's some significant changes going on our GIS. Like this whole brown area that you'll notice here was previously green because that was the AR zone. As you look at the key, you'll have to really refer to the key at the bottom to see some of the colors have been changed in order to create contrast with other areas. Okay. Any questions? Thank
Now,
you.
what's the purple?
General purpose.
Okay.
And when you go into your GIS, you can always go to the left side and go into the layers portion. Click on that, and then that will display another key for you too. So there's the chunk. The numbers change. This will be, the key here will be listed out on the bottom of your screen.
The white area, is the one you're asking, the white area? All the white areas are all bodies of water, correct?
Yeah, the blue, yep.
Down the lower right, wetlands. Wetlands.
You got wetlands.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's kind of delineated by the shrub scrub. Technically, you can see where it's kind of filled in, and then if you get over to Little Ossipee, if you go to Little Ossipee Lake, that's actually clear. The wetlands will be delineated by the shrubs and scrubs that you see.
Oh, okay.
See the difference, that's a clear water body.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, wetlands in that area, huh?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, and they were all resource protected, so, so,
Lot to look out for as development continues.
Anything else, Mike?
Nope. Thank you. Just ask that you vote and approve my map.
All right.
Thank you much.
Any public comments? Glenn? Correspondence, Saco River Corridor Commission reappointment letter, and I believe we have that on our agenda later this evening.
Or to sign.
Yeah, just to reappoint.
Yep.
Reports and staff initiatives, selectmen's reports, Wayne, anything?
I have nothing.
I do.
Here.
Charter Commission met last Tuesday night, but other
Okay.
than that,
Here,
No, awesome.
John? Good. Town administrators report.
Just a couple things. As you know, our current budget included the approval to order a new roll-off truck. Unfortunately, Josh and I have had a hard time locating something within our previously anticipated $260,000 budget. So we're gonna keep plugging around, but we may look at some leftover or fairly new used models or some other options, but just wanna keep you updated on that. One thing we'll have in the next agenda for you on the November 7th, obviously with the staff shortage we're experiencing, the audit will not be complete for the November 14th, as indicated in the charter, so we need to let you guys know so you can have an extension for that. But I don't anticipate it being any time before probably March 1st, in all reality at this point. And we'll keep you updated on that as we move forward. We have continued with our work with the consultant we have in here, Fred Holt, updating account balances, and his work is much appreciated. We have scheduled a tentative workshop for next Tuesday, the 24th. We'll let you know if that's going to be on with Representative Woodson. Senator Harrington cannot be here, but we're looking at some grant or some additional funding options for a community center, voting location. We'll touch base with you guys later in this week about that, if it's going to be on or not. Last week, Marina and I had an opportunity to meet with Secretary of State Jenna Bellows. We toured our facility here. She didn't need to look at it long-term, realize that this facility is just not adequate. And we went to the elementary school, she was happy with that. She's had some correspondence with Dr. M.R.S.A at RSU 57. We've communicated with the YSO for the contract deputy. They'll be there during the day. We have a contract position for at night. And this is obviously thankfully that the school has an in-service day that day so that there's no students and we will get permission to use it. Anyhow,
What about if we needed no school, so the officer that works the high school or the school system, can we hire him? Or her or whoever?
yeah, they have filled all the slots, I guess.
Okay,
They have filled the slots. The daytime, they're not charging anything for the day because we have a contract.
yeah.
But nighttime, they are short already, and so we've filled that, or they filled it for us. But
My question is, can we, at some point, rather than needing to hire the sheriff's department, hire an off-duty state cop or,
They don't do that.
some of them do, but, can we send somebody out? And it's a little bit of training, but constable, we was talking that before when we was talking about getting rid of the sheriff's department completely, so, retired police officers, quite a bunch of them kicking around too, so.
Well, right now, that day is, so
We're all set
we're
now,
good.
yeah.
And we won't have anything else in this year at the school at this point. But we're trying to work as close as we can with Shanna Bellows, the Commissioner of Education, and our delegation of reps. But, so, I think all options we need to keep on the table to have that open dialogue. But,
What was the, or do you know the conversation between the Secretary of State and our superintendent? Was that productive, or any outcome of that?
I guess he said that, she indicated that he understood the concerns, and she understood their concerns and issues with scheduling. We are hoping to have another meeting that would be face-to-face with all of us involved at this point. And that's our goal.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can continue pushing forward. A couple of things that's not on the agenda tonight, but I'd like to, hopefully you guys can think about it, but I would like to see if you guys entertain another workshop with the FD staff regarding their proposal that you guys met with before. Moving forward for wages, they have some draft numbers they'd like to present. Maybe we could do that before the meeting on the 7th of November. And lastly, I did submit for your packets, and further on the agenda tonight is the proposal for town hall hours. I think it's certainly time we look at that, and we've been monitoring our transactional data, and after 6 p.m. at night, it drops off completely. And every morning during the week, we're seeing a high volume of people trying to come in for service. And nobody's here until at least 9 o'clock. And on Tuesdays, we're seeing a lot more because we don't open until 11. So,
And what do we do on nights like tonight, we're gonna run late for our personnel?
what do you mean?
Well, if they work till 6 and we're beyond 6.
And we could hold them over for those nights.
Okay.
So as long, we're on the agenda anyways.
All right.
They'd be open till 6 and we would know that. And as a reminder, November 16th, the senior Thanksgiving lunch will be at the Snowmobile Club, serving at noon.
Is that the?
So, yep, on Old Alfred, yep.
That, yeah.
Any questions?
All right. We invited Josh Andrews.
Just a reminder or a comment on the senior luncheon. I'm gonna give Matt's number out, but if somebody needs a ride to the senior luncheon, contact Matt and we'll find somebody to run a bus service to get people to and from the senior luncheon if somebody's out there with no wheels.
247-6166, extension 100 or 101.
Thank you for taking that on.
All right, we invited Josh, who's our transfer manager, transfer station manager, to give a quick report tonight.
Yeah, so you guys wanted me to come in and just go over some numbers. A little bit about what Dennis touched on last week with EcoMaine, their proposal of raising their rates, $10 a ton for municipal solid waste and bulky, and $20 a ton for single sort. So with those, if that's approved, did you guys already approve it?
No,
No. So if that's approved,
tomorrow, Thursday,
Thursday, okay.
it goes before the full board.
So if approved, that would bring the rates for municipal solid waste and bulky up to $97.50 per ton and $65 a ton for recycle. What you guys have in front of you there is just a quick little breakdown of the yearly tonnages. This is in calendar year. Most of my reports, everything for the state is calendar year. I do break it up fiscal for when I do the budgets, and I have that here in front of me. So, and if you look at that, it says to be determined for October. We're right in the middle of October. I usually don't get October's bills until November. I called this morning and got the numbers current for the month of October. So I'll jump right into that. So we go right down for the calendar year right now. I have 1,980 tons for municipal solid waste, 797 tons for bulky waste, and 268 tons for single sort recycling. If I break that down into this new fiscal year that we're in, we're at 831 tons for municipal solid waste with an expenditure of $72,713. Bulky waste would be 305 tons. We're at $26,688 for that, and 103 tons for recycle. And that's at the rates we're at now. We're at expenditure of $4,635. So if I plug those numbers in there, if I use the new tonnages that we're going to be, if it is approved, we'd be looking at about a $41,000 to $45,000 increase. And I say 41 to 45 because I don't know what they're going to do with their specialty waste fees. Those can go up at any time. I've heard, for instance, mattresses right now are $20 a piece. I've heard of them going anywhere from 25 to 30. Other items like an air conditioner, say an air conditioner gets thrown in a bulky waste bin, they charge something like $60 a piece for them. So when you get those bills, it'll be broken down with your tonnages plus your specialty waste fees inside of it. So if you look at those numbers there, say for January, you would think you would just take, the 8750, the current ton, and times it by the 191 ton tonnages. Well, it doesn't always play out that way because you don't actually have a breakdown of the specialty waste. So you have to keep all your bills separate, and you've got to go through it to figure it out that way. Anybody have any questions? I know it's kind of it confuses me too at times.
Denise just published the July 1st to September 30th numbers.
Yep.
And we're up 27 tons over last year for just waste, right, household waste.
Household waste.
but we're down 13 ton on bulky. The more disconcerting to me is we're down 14 ton for recycling.
Recycle.
So last year, same period of time, we had 100 ton. This year, we're down to 86. So I'm not sure what's going on with recycling.
Yeah, I mean, we're not doing anything differently on our end, so.
You're gonna lose that because you lost all of that cardboard out of side 57.
Well, we're still getting it.
You're still getting it?
Yep. Yep.
But you're hauling it, we're charging to haul.
We're charging the haul,
Okay.
yep, so we're,
So you're still getting the bulky waste?
yep, I'm still getting it, yep.
Recycle.
And a big increase in that bulky is, we used to send a lot of it as demolition, but the demolition rates went up so high. They're charging like $135 a ton right now. We started sending a lot of it to eco. So in the last couple of years, you'll notice that our bulky rates really jumped, but our demolition disposal rates went way, way down. And that was just kind of a little effort to, you know, save some funds.
Good idea.
Yeah, we entered into a contract this year with the RS-57 haul, and I think it was right around $13,000.
Yeah, a little
I
bit
thought
more.
it was gonna go direct.
Yeah. No, they don't have a compactor. So, I mean, some of their loads might be a quarter of a can. It wouldn't be worth the wear and tear on the fuel in the truck to haul it direct.
Yeah.
And Denise also copied mixed paper, it looks like, actually went positive for September. It's been way below, I mean, it's been as much as $76 to get rid of a ton of paper. Looks like cardboard pricing is back up to $76 per ton. Metal kind of is a wash because we handle most of our metal. Plastics is up to $305 a ton, so we'll see if the markets come back.
Right. And it kind of is entirely out of our control. I mean, as an owner community, I think we get a better shake than an associate owner or just a contract community. I don't know what the associate communities are getting right now for a rate, but I want to say it's over $100, it's like $120 a ton, just as an associate member. So the numbers are getting high, but it's a lot better than it could be.
Well, that's for sure. It's really all over the place. I
Right.
mean, in fact, that was one of the things that we looked at the last time that we were in is, you know, some of these communities signed up for a 20-year gig,
Right.
so they're at $60 a ton, right? They're still living off of that $60 a ton.
But when that contract
When it
hits,
slips, it'll
yeah, it's gonna be.
get to a different number, right?
We have the brush contractors in grinding right now. Once he finishes up the brush pile, he'll be there for a few days. We had quite a pile of brush this year. He's gonna move on to the C&D pile. That's the demolition pile out back on the pad. And we're really lucky that we continue to do that and have a grinder come in and grind, because, you know, for the price that he charges us to do the whole job, I mean, there's probably $100,000 worth of demolition sitting in that pile if we were gonna have to, you know, load it up and haul it in direct, so.
And when it's ground up, where does he haul it away? or
He
just
hauls
stay-
it, when I contract with him, he hauls it to Eco Maine. They actually
They
use it as
to
For fuel?
cover
top
up-
dressing on the landfill.
They cover the landfill with it.
Oh,
Yeah, so we have a good gig there, you know, just, right now you need to try to save money everywhere you can, so.
yeah.
So waste is gonna be, it's gonna go higher, right?
Right.
So we'll see how we can, because back when they were talking about pay for bag, and if you remember, there was a pay for bag here in Waterboro. And the selectmen at the time were, what, 2003, 2004? They figured that it would be $1 million to handle the transfer station within a couple of years, and we've been half of that for a number of years, right? This year, I think, is 600 grand or something like that, and that's not taking into account all of the revenues that he brings in as well, so.
I mean, if you look at the budget and really look at it, I mean, the total number to a lot of people might seem, you know, oh my God, we're spending $850,000 on the transfer station, but if you look around at other towns around our size across the state, we're well below what they operate on. I mean, our actual, the bulk of our budget is all what we're paying out to vendors. You know, we really operate on a very small amount. We try to do the best we can, you know.
Buxton, as an example, is a little over 8,000 people, where 8,000 people, maybe they're, you know, maybe nine.
Maybe
or another.
9.
They're well over $1 million to handle waste. And they also run a little bit of a transfer station,
Yeah.
right? But they have curbside pickup,
Yeah.
but it's not, and it's not cheap
They're
because,
15 miles closer to
Yeah.
Portland to
I mean,
the
that
pumping station.
curbside pickup's a great idea, but the initial cost of it in the town of Waterboro is just astronomical, and you still can't close down your facility because they're only taking bag trash,
right,
so.
and they've now gone to, most of these communities
Couple bag limit,
have gone to
I think it's 3.
automatic pickup, so they're driving the trucks that automatically
yeah.
dump the stuff. Saco is
Yeah.
one, and
100 gallon.
Scarborough, and
So two
So-
55-gallon trash barrels, like a 100-gallon limit
Right.
per week or whatever.
yeah, because they pick up once a week.
Some of the residents that we have coming in, they'd never make 100 gallons.
So more to come on waste, but one of the things that EcoMaine is doing is that the corporation leased the old Yankee Sturbridge building, which is 60,000 square feet or something of that nature. That's where the new
Across the road.
recycling center will be. Because the old recycling center was all of those, you know, all that equipment is now 18, 19
19 years old.
right? So, so more to come on what they will end up spending, but, you know, it's gonna be $22 million to put in the
They figured like
recycling and.
$4 million a year to run the new facility, if I'm not.
And it'll be,
Trash isn't cheap.
no, and the alternative is that, you know, you jump over to Casella, they're still hauling all the way to Juniper Hill.
Juniper Hill.
To the-
Yeah, we're actually in a bypass right now with EcoMaine. They're just boiler maintenance. They do it every year, so we're hauling right now. We are hauling to Casella. I think they stockpile it, and then once it's all done, because EcoMaine hauls it back to their facility.
Well, it gets reduced by,
Right.
you know, waste
Yeah.
is reduced by 90%
By doing that.
to ash, right?
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
it
yeah.
burns, right? And of course, then you produce energy off of it,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
so they get two generators, 2 boilers at EcoMaine. And if anybody ever wants to go look at that place, you know, certainly we
Yeah, we can set up
we
a
can
tour.
make that arrangement.
Matt went 6 months ago, maybe. Had a grand time.
Good tour.
Yeah, I'd have to go there sometime.
Okay? Anything else?
Anything else?
Questions? No. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, thank
No
you.
problem.
At that rate, we're probably not gonna have money enough in this year's budget.
That, well, it'll be close.
Well, he already, the vote to go to 97 will not take effect until,
Yeah, that
July
won't take
1st
effect
of
until July
2024.
1st.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
I thought you was talking
no,
No,
immediate.
it's
no,
not
no,
going
no.
to go immediately.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, luckily with next year, we have the RSU 57 money coming in, and now the new sticker prices, I mean, that's
Yeah, that's right.
perfect timing, so,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like we're gonna have to go take out a loan to get rid of the trash,
Yeah.
but just something to, you know, look forward to when budget season comes up. I throw out these crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
a lot, Joe.
Thanks,
Have a good
Nice
day.
job.
Have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Okay, 9A has been struck. 9B, discuss vote on zoning map finalization. Guess I'd entertain a motion to approve the final product, right? I mean, we've already approved the
Pending the
change.
correction,
Right.
I'll make that motion.
And do we have a second? Any further discussion? All those in favor? Mike, you'll be happy. Discuss vote on lowering the lake beyond the usual amount, which is a 2-foot drop, and we'll go to 3-foot.
And that's to try to eradicate the,
Yeah, I mean, we may come back on the
Bladderwort.
7th. We may come back on the 7th to look at taking it down further if we can't get to the 3-foot level. But
We don't have
Oh.
a meeting on the 7th,
I'll make a motion.
21st.
no,
'Cause you-
we have a meeting on the 7th.
Well, it's the election day, well, we'll have it here.
Oh.
Election day too, don't forget.
Right.
Oh, we're still having a meeting? Because I had it in my notes that we voted to just have one in November, on the 21st.
I think that's
Okay.
when you thought the meeting was, the election was gonna be here probably.
Yeah,
I
well,
vaguely
that's,
remember that.
that's right. Well, I would suggest that we have, because we're gonna be 3 weeks.
yeah.
Okay, do you have to
I
vote
would
on
say
it or
that-
no? You don't-
We might have to do that, we'll do that at a later point.
Okay,
So are we all in agreement that we're gonna vote to lower the lake to the 3-foot level?
Yeah,
Make that a motion.
yeah, second that.
I don't have a problem making a motion to drop it to whatever we see fit. If we gotta pull that plug, we pull the plug. I mean, I don't know that we gotta keep coming back here and discuss it, other than a conversation that this is what we're gonna do. I mean,
That's
as
fine with
long
me.
as we pull that, if we gotta pull that steel plate, we gotta pull it. And if we're gonna get that water down, we gotta pull it, because
are you adding that to the motion?
Well, his motion would be to lower it to whatever
Okay,
Is necessary.
is
it's
necessary.
necessary.
And we'll give you an update.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
we want an update to what's going on, just so that we can, if somebody calls, we know what's going on, but, that, we ain't gonna keep coming back and be 2 weeks out.
Yeah, no, it's-
If today, he's got the water level down and can pull them 6 bolts and can drop that plate out, shouldn't have to wait for us to vote to do it, because we know that it's gotta be done.
Right.
So do they have a good feel of how much we have out there? Because what are we using for a baseline to figure out when we drop this water? And I'm sorry to bring this up right now at this point, but, I mean, how are you gonna know if this actually even works, you know?
You ain't,
I don't think we do.
you ain't.
it's new.
It's something that we're gonna have to try, and if it doesn't work this year, we're gonna
That's
try
what I
it
mean, how do you
again.
know?
So,
Okay, don't.
we're gonna try it for 3 years, the way that we're talking here tonight, to see if, and in the meantime, hopefully DEP, Inland Fish and Game, somebody's gonna be able to do some testing to find out the proper way of killing it, but at this point, they're saying lowering the lake is about the only way to do it.
And continue harvest,
And, yeah,
if need be.
Yeah.
got two
Yeah, no
coves
baseline.
that, by the sounds, it's got it.
Yeah.
And it's your two muddiest coves in the lake, so.
Yeah, I don't think, I think this is kind of a wish and a prayer,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
we don't know.
And it doesn't cost us anything to drop it down.
The reason that Ossipee, yeah, I mean, there's no real cost here.
Yeah.
The reason Ossipee Lake does not have milfoil in it, it's a gravel base, there's very little mud, and this stuff will only grow in about 4 feet of water or less, milfoil. But it needs that muddy base to grow. So we've only got maybe 2 or 3 coves that ain't sitting right on gravel base. And that's why that hasn't realistically hit Ossipee Lake, and is in Lake Arrowhead is nothing but mud and swamp and 4 feet of water, and that's why it grows.
Flooded
Yeah.
land.
I was gonna say, it's flooded land that
Yeah.
never was, the materials was never harvested, just,
Right.
they cut the trees and some of them was even left there, so it's,
Okay.
So you right, John, it's a guess. You know, is it an educated guess? I guess what we're saying is if it freezes, it might be successful, but I don't know the answer to that.
Well, and I'm just questioning whether or not we were even gonna notice, you know, if it did anything at all.
Yeah, how do you
well,
know?
it's gonna be a
Hit or miss.
guess and be gory. I mean, Lake Arrowhead bought that boat, we own part of it, Limerick owns the other part, and Lake Arrowhead owns part of it too, I guess, but that's got a vacuum cleaner and whatnot on it, but they've harvested for the last 15 years.
Can I just
Are
say
they
for the-
maintaining it? I don't know.
For the listening public, we're talking about the bladderwort invasive plant that's come into Ossipee and Lake Arrowhead that's choking out coves. It's a plant that's on the surface, from what I understand, and it needs to be eradicated because it's going to choke out our water.
Okay.
So you made a motion?
My
Ryan?
motion
And I
is
did
to-
second it.
Okay. And we're clear on, we're gonna lower the lake as much as.
As needed.
As much as
As
we
needed.
can, right, or as needed, so.
Yeah. And hopefully it'll work.
All those in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Drive to the next piece here, which is,
I guess the other warning to 15 camp owners on Ossipee Lake, you may be running out of water, because if you've got a point system and it isn't deep enough,
might have to,
you may
drive
have to drive a point or lug some water this winter.
We'll put a post up on the website too.
Yeah. Good idea.
all right, item D. I'm gonna turn this over to Matt, he can have the discussion.
Schedules. So, in summary, over the past year and a half, we've had many challenges, and one of them that's we've heard continuously and more often is schedules. As you're well aware, a lot of communities have made adjustments to schedules. When we've tried to hire people here for a couple of vacant positions, we've lost several candidates because of our schedule is different from what most of the communities are around us. We surveyed a lot in York County. All but a couple operate on a different schedule. Very few open at 9 o'clock. None of them open at 11 on Tuesdays. I think that was something from years ago.
How long have we been on the current schedule?
Forever,
For a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I,
as long as I can remember,
Yeah.
and that goes back into the 80s.
Yeah. What's the purpose behind the 7:45 to 5:45 versus an 8 to 6? What was the purpose behind the
All right,
15-minute?
Yeah, I'll get, yeah. I'll
Oh,
get-
you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I have noticed is most days, I'm here between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. I've seen a lot of traffic, early morning hours in the parking lot, because I think a lot of people think we open at 8 o'clock. We're not here until 9, so a lot of people leave. On Tuesdays, we're seeing the same thing, from 8 to 11 o'clock, and we can't help anybody because nobody's here. Another thing we have, is a lot of people use up a lot of hours during the week before Friday, and then they're on overtime on Friday. That would hopefully alleviate that. The 15 minutes before we have, so there's office hours and there's some time before the shift and after the shift to
Yeah.
help do closeout, start out your day, get things running, have some time to do some of the back-end work that we're doing in the office. So that's what we're trying to accomplish, to make a 10-hour day.
Okay.
You know, I think that I think we really need to look at this, as far as, it does reduce the time, but it also extends the time to early mornings. We're not giving up any hours, we're just changing that duration. Our transactional data at night after 6 o'clock is dropping off, where we have, I think the last time we were counting it was the last month, over the course of a month and a half, we had, 18 people in the course of a month and a half after 6:30 at night. We're not having a lot of traffic, and that was over a month and a half of Tuesdays. Obviously, I can't show you the data from beforehand in the morning, but I can tell you what I see in the parking lot.
Right.
And I think that it's hard we're looking at it both to service the customers in the morning. Mike Gilpatrick's already here early morning, because he's servicing the contractors and customers that he's working with early morning. Now, we just would align everybody for the most part. And we're still here until we'd still be here until 6 o'clock on Tuesday nights. And that's what we saw with the transactional data, is that it still gives a late night, or a later night, to hit some of those people. And the other thing we're talking about is that on inclement weather days, that we would take those days in the winter months and shift them to being open on Friday.
I like that idea. And what kind of input do we have from the employees? You sit down with them with this?
We met with them all, I met with them all on Tuesday, a few weeks ago in the morning.
Yeah.
Nobody had any issues with it. Everybody was
Okay, good.
with it.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the hours as presented by Matt.
No, second it.
And I would propose we start it December 4th.
December 4th? Okay.
Yeah, so we can publish it.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Okay,
Oh.
go ahead.
What happens if you have 2 inclement days in 1 week?
There's only one Friday, so.
Right, so
Typically, we shut down the,
We usually close town hall.
today we close town hall, we
Right.
pay everybody,
okay.
okay? So if you had 2, this at least affords you the ability to move them to Friday, right?
Yeah.
But if you had 2 in a week, then
You're gonna pay them.
We
you
never
lose.
had, yeah, we never had that day before, now we have the day.
Yeah,
Okay.
And our big thing for town hall being closed is because of the parking lot plot.
Right.
okay, my only question is Ms. Lowe, right?
She's gonna be here till quarter after 7 tonight, but, that don't mean that she can't leave a half hour early somewhere
No,
along
I
the week.
understand
So-
that, but she's responsible to take notes, right?
We'll work with her schedule to make her that,
Okay,
Yeah, I'm flexible,
Tuesday nights, yeah, okay.
yeah.
and the same thing.
Come in later, work later, do whatever, yeah?
They're gonna be open till 6, so it's gonna be an
Whatever
hour.
works.
Yeah, so she could work until 7, right? I mean, 9 times out of 10, our meetings are over.
And we can kick her out early on Thursday afternoon.
Right.
if need be.
Good enough.
There you go.
We'll put out a notice, no breaking computers on Fridays.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't mind you guys have made the motion, but realistically, I think Matt has already got full control of, yes, I'm glad he brought this to us, but I don't know, but as the town administrator, he's got the right to set the hours already.
Yeah, I guess we would endorse this,
So,
right?
I mean, he's working with us, and I'm glad he is, but,
Yeah.
I don't know if we really need a motion to set the hours, or whether we need a motion to allow Matt to adjust the hours. You know, I'm just questioning
Well,
that.
let's
I'd be okay if you guys endorsed it.
vote on a motion, and we'll go from there, and I guess
Whatever.
you're right, but. Any other discussion?
I'm good.
All those in favor? Opposed? All right, discuss vote on the renewal of junkyard permit for 1190 Main Street, Richard and Robin Levine.
I'll make a motion to approve it, because there's been no complaints, no problems, and this fellow comes back every year for this renewal for many, many years.
Okay,
I'll second that.
any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Okay. Likewise, renewal of the junkyard permit for Danny Lasky
I'll do
on
the same,
Goodwin's Mills Road.
same thing for Danny. No complaints, no problems, and been there since the 70s.
I'll second that again.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss on reappointing Jonathan Gardner as Saco River Corridor Commission member.
So moved.
Have we got an attendance record for,
The letter said that the letter she sent said that he was working out fine.
okay, I'm just curious on attendance, just because it ain't a town committee, it's a outside committee, and
Right.
to make sure that
Yeah, if you read,
his attendance is fairly decent.
if you read Haley
Yeah.
LaChance's note, it would not lead you to believe that there's not a problem.
Yeah.
She's saying he's been a great asset
Yep.
to the commission, so
Yeah,
I'll stick with my motion of approving it.
Okay?
second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, discuss a vote to approve the minutes of October 3rd meeting.
So, oh, I can't do that.
No, I'll make that motion to approve the meetings of that last one. It's on the last.
And John will
Second
have to second.
Yep.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? One abstention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pending decisions, week's action list, you're all set there. Discussion of agenda items for next meeting. Let's talk about, I think you're right, we did vote to have one meeting in
November 21st.
November.
Yeah.
However, seeing as how we're now gonna vote at the elementary school, I would suggest that we kind of rescind that vote
Okay.
and make a motion that,
I'll make the motion that we rescind the vote. We currently had to not have a meeting on the 7th of November, but now we would have one because of the voting location has been changed to the elementary school. So this is open.
do I have a second?
I don't have any problem, but might want to pull those minutes back up and check and see who made that original motion to do that, because by legality, whoever made the motion should make the motion to rescind
All right, I
it.
have to go to the other room.
But
Hold on a second.
it's not a big deal, because
Do you remember when we did that?
No, it was some time ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
So,
yeah.
let's,
I mean,
let's,
I'm just legality of it.
you know,
So do you want me to just put it on the next agenda then?
no, because we're gonna meet on the 7th. is the
Oh,
next
yeah,
one.
all right.
Yeah,
So I would just, we'll,
I would say,
let's.
let it
let's
go
move
this time,
forward.
but in order
Okay.
to do it legally, it's,
Oh, okay. So did you vote?
I would like
All
to
those in
second that.
favor?
You seconded it.
Okay.
Are you voting, okay.
Agenda items needing signature, we failed to do the general assistance signatures from last week's meeting, so that's here. And we don't have the new zoning
The what?
map. We do not have the new zoning map because they're making a revision. So with that,
And you'll have a workshop before on the 7th at 5 or 5:30
workshop for what?
with Jim
Fire.
Farrenkoff and Mark Cunningham again. The two from the fire department that wanted to talk to you.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Was that at 5, you said?
are you gonna be able to pull out of there?
Yeah, those two are presented.
No, but what I'm saying is, can you pull out of the voting over to the school?
Maureen will be there, so
Okay.
Ben will be there. So,
Okay,
but yes.
So I'm adding the map signing to the next agenda?
Yes, it's been approved, we just have to
Yep.
sign
Okay.
it with the correction.
Once we have it in the office, we'll let you know.
all right. With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor? All right, and it gives you 4